Okay, I'm curious to know what you've decided to do today, this week, or even this month, in the month of January, that your future self is going to thank you for. So, I'm going to share what I'm doing, and as of today, I'm starting a 3 day water fast, and I've never done it before. So, just for any of you who are freaking out, thinking, oh my gosh, that's not wise, I am doing it under the supervision of a doctor, Dr. Mindy Pelz. She's got an amazing online channel. She's got two books out. One is Fast Like a Girl, and I think the latest one is Age Like a Girl. I've not read any of her books, but I have read loads of her watched loads of her videos. But I have been researching this idea of a really intentional and healthy way of fasting. So, just some background for those of you who don't know, I am a Christian, so I have fasted over the years. And whether it's a 1 day fast, maximum I've done is 3 days actually, but usually it's a 3 day dry fast, and I will break it at 3 o'clock each day. But this is the very first time I've done a 3 day 72-hour water fast. And I attempted to do it, I think it's around the beginning of October, and I failed, completely failed. I was watching a few YouTube doctors on YouTube talking about the benefits of it, and I figured, you know what, let me try and do it. So I wanted to share with you, number one, the reasons why I'm doing it, and I will record the next 3-4 days. So right now it's day one, and I'll give you my assessment on Friday. And I want to share that when I attempted it at the beginning of October, I wasn't prepared, and I had to crash out by I think maybe 40 hours into it. So foolishly, I didn't. I didn't drink enough water on day one, and day two, my goodness, I was so weak. I was so lethargic, and I remember going up and downstairs, and I literally couldn't move. And it was kind of scary because I just had to. I was going to say run to the shops. I couldn't even run, but I had to get to the nearest. Thankfully, there was a supermarket right near me. Get some coconut water to get the electrolytes back in my body, and some bottled water. And within an hour, my goodness, I just came alive. But what was amazing, I remember feeling this amazing kind of clarity and energy. So that made me think, there must be something to this. So I just dove deep into the online doctors who kind of advocate for doing a 3 day fast, 72-hour fast, and decided, you know what, it would be great to do that at the beginning of the year. So to prepare, what Dr. Mindy Pelz has organized is a video over the next 4 days. So we had a video session last night. It's global, I think. Oh my gosh, she said, I think it was like a there's six figures number of people that have signed up to this 3 day water fast. So she did a live prep talk for us. So for England, I'm in London right now, so that was at 8 p.m. Was it 9 p.m.? Can't remember. And one of the biggest things I had to do, and because I was going to start the fast, last night, but I was thinking, hold on a minute, if I start the fast at 11 p.m., I'm going to have to break it at 11 p.m. on Thursday, and I'm not going to want to eat at that time. That's my bedtime. So I decided, okay, this morning I need to get as much protein in me. So I had a protein rich breakfast. So it was sardines and eggs. Now, for some of you might be thinking, oh, that sounds gross, but I grew up on sardines for breakfast, and we spice it up. You know, as a Caribbean, we know how to bring out the flavors. So had some of that with bit of Jamaican bread, and then for lunch I had the fried rice I made last night. So there was fried eggs. It was egg fried rice with prawns, so hence the protein there. And then I had a couple of dollops of Greek yogurt and all the like blueberries and so on. So I kind of packed in that breakfast and started my fast at 2. So just after 2 I started. So I'll be breaking it. So today's Tuesday. I'll be breaking it on Friday afternoon at 2 o'clock after 72 hours. Because again, if I had done it at 11 p.m. last night and broke it at 11 or attempted to break it, or maybe not, and just go to bed, then I would have had like an 80-hour fast, and I didn't want to go up to 80 hours. So so let me go through the benefits briefly. So the benefits of a 72-hour water fast is at a cellular level, you more or less are detoxifying your body of all the nasty toxins. And she talks a lot about it being a metabolic reset. You know, doing this fast, you kind of giving your body a break. You know, and it's amazing how our bodies have been designed. Our bodies are designed to be rebooted every so often, like we do with our laptops, you know, our phones, but we don't do it with our bodies often or ever. So we can survive as long as we're prepared. 3 days not eating, and our bodies are given that time to rest, to replenish, to rewire. So that's one thing. And you know, I am doing it for physical reasons. So after menopause, you know, I'm what they call skinny fat. So I've always been pretty slim. You know, I was very skinny, teased and bullied for being skinny. And coming into my 50s, I'm just slim. But I now have a lovely lower belly that I can't get rid of. I'm not in the gym as much as I used to be. So fasting kind of helps to kick off that burning fat mechanism that's needed and required. I also am doing it for mental clarity. So as I said, when I kind of messed up last October, I remember finishing the day 2, just 2 days after. Well, not even just 2 days is long enough, right? But I just remember that clarity and energy I felt. It was like I could suddenly see, you know. So that's another thing for me. I have ADHD and all the lovely things that goes along with that, brain fog as well, for those of us who are going through menopause. So doing this is proven to clear brain fog and bring clarity. And yeah, I suppose the third benefit is just to start the year afresh with something intentional. And you know, you kind of feel like, well, if I can do this one hard thing, then this is going to be me throughout the rest of the year. I'm going to challenge myself to do different things intentionally. One of my things is I'm just wanting to enter this year with ease. And you've probably seen all over social media. And it's funny because I felt like, oh, I was the first one to think this, but I wasn't. I think I was influenced clearly. So at the end of, towards the end, around October time, I remember thinking I want to work with the seasons, and I don't want to just suddenly become like, right, January 1st, wow, I need to dive in now. But I wanted to make March my kind of formal start of the year. And when I looked into it, and it's kind of common knowledge really, in history, March was the beginning of the year. And when you think of winter, that's a time of cocooning and slowing down and gathering your harvest and just kind of, just looking after yourselves. And then March, spring, and seeing all the flowers start to bud, that's the time when nature comes alive. So why don't I work along with nature? So I have that, I suppose, the posture of just wanting to enter this first quarter with ease. Yes, I'm doing things, but not like, right, yeah, let's, you know. So when I think about this fast, it's not like, right, let me kind of beat my body and fast for 3 days and let me find something else I'm going to do. It's just let me give my body a break and let me see what the next thing is, and you know, and start as the year in that way. So it's not challenging myself in a hard way, but challenging myself to rest more, to do things with ease, and to practice practice, I was going to say that buzzword of self-care, practice self-care in a healthy way. But the fourth reason and most important reason for me to do this is for spiritual reasons. So yeah, like I said, I have fasted many times, and I will wake up earlier, pray more, read the Bible more. When I have hunger pangs, I'll pray. At lunchtimes, if I'm working, I'll go out and pray. In evenings, I'll pray instead of eating. So for this one, it's more or less the same. I want to do a real deep dive with God, praying. And one thing that in the prep call that Mindy shared, she didn't necessarily talk about her faith, but she did talk about how she does go into this spiritually, and how she asked a question over the 3 days. She asked for help because she was kind of going through a tough time with her daughter, and I thought, that's and at the end of the 3 days, she had kind of insight of what she should do. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna do that with God. I'm gonna keep that to myself. I'm gonna ask God a question over the next 3 days and meditate on that, and work through some challenges, and see, what he'll answer, how he'll answer in the 3 days. But it's a time as well to think about any, I suppose, if you're not a Christian, any pep talks, any mantras that you can tell yourself. Like one obvious thing might be, oh, I can do hard things. You can kind of repeat that to yourself during the fast, especially when you're tempted to break it. Like I'm still with my family, and they're going to be eating, and I'm just going to have to ignore the food, and my mum's a great cook. We're all good cooks. So I'm just going to have to ignore and tell myself, I can do this hard thing, So that's not necessarily my mantra. But yeah, for those of you who aren't Christians, you can still use it in a spiritual way. Use the time to journal. Again, that's another thing that was shared, that when our bodies, and when we start to feel we're hitting a wall during the 3 days, Dr. Pelz was saying, to ask herself, what's our relationship with food? And I thought, gosh, that's really interesting, because whilst you're going through that hunger pangs and you're not running to meet that need, what's coming up for you? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to journal throughout, because I am a comfort eater, and because I've been blessed with being slim, nobody can tell. I think the only way in the past, especially when I was really young, that people can see, okay, she's not eating healthily, is my skin would break out. So it'd be good to I suppose, when I'm feeling those pangs, to journal. But as I said, as a Christian, I will pray more and put some requests and questions before God, and wait for his answer and see what comes out of that. So I am doing this for my future self on Friday, and I will be sharing what future Denise thinks, and how after assessing each day, how I find it. So I'm hoping to do this again in June. I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but I may do the beginning of June. So I may do another video and invite people to join me next time, but obviously under the guidance of Dr. Mindy's content. So I'm practicing it, not even practicing, I'm doing it. I'll let you all know how it goes, and I'll be back tomorrow to share how my first day went. All right.